welcome back to our channel. I'm Amy from the Fewell Homestead and thefewellhomestead.com, and today I want to give you a quick kitchen tour. We've been working on our kitchen for over a year now and it's still not completely finished, but most of the products and items that we have in place are here to stay, other than a few cosmetic items like some extra paint, and we still have a backsplash to put on. We're not quite sure which backsplash we're gonna do. You might be able to help me with that at the end of this video by leaving a comment below. But I wanted to walk you through our vision behind our little farmhouse kitchen and show you all the things that we've changed. So in 2008, we bought this house a couple of years after we got married. We knew we didn't have a huge budget, and so we decided to go with a foreclosure. During that time, the market was super low and great for a buyer's market, so we decided to find this house, purchase it out in the mountainside, in the countryside, and we love it so much. Now, this is the quaint little home. It's about 980 square feet, and as you can imagine, we've had some storage issues and we've had to get used to being in a smaller home, but we do have a basement, which is awesome. We finished that a couple of years ago, which helps keep up on the lack of storage and the space that we need. Now, we've lived here for several years, over 10 years now, and in June of 2017, which was last year, we decided to go ahead and make the decision to finally finish the kitchen. Now, the kitchen was a mess when we first got here. It was severely outdated, straight out of the 1980s, multiple different wallpapers on top of one another, and it was just insanity. Now, I put up with it for a couple of years, about 7 years to be exact, before we started making some changes here and there. We started with some flooring, thinking that would brighten it up a bit, but eventually the flooring just gave out because we always went with cheap options. So last year we decided to go ahead and make that decision to just gut the entire kitchen out and finish it completely. Now, this is probably the biggest project we've ever done in this house. We've refinished our basement. We've done some cosmetic things like paint, and we've done a little bathroom renovation, and we've done some drywall in the basement. But this has been a complete and total gut, cut, and redo. We were a little nervous, but we had several years to save up for this renovation. Trust me, it wouldn't have happened overnight, even if we wanted it to. It took several weeks to finish the renovation. I don't have any videos of it because honestly, we were working so hard and so long that I just didn't consider taking video of the entire project. Most of the items that you see in our kitchen, like the cabinets and the countertop, they all came from Lowe's, and so far we've really enjoyed that. I would encourage you to shop prices because some of the things like our handles on the cabinets, they didn't come from Lowe's. We would have spent over $190 just on these handles for the cabinets. We found them on Amazon, the same exact ones, for less than 30 bucks for all of the cabinet handles. So do shop around if you're renovating. It totally makes a difference. The inspiration behind this kitchen, I mean, we all have Pinterest inspirations, right? But I wanted a country farmhouse kitchen that could scream my own home decor. And so at first we went with the white countertops. We weren't sure about the wood countertop. We were gonna go with the Formica or with, maybe even a granite. The granite was out of our price range. Instead of the Formica, we decided to go with the butcher block, and I'm gonna do a video specifically on the butcher block later on, not today, but in a different video, for those of you that are interested in getting butcher block in your farmhouse kitchen. We love it, we do enjoy it, but it is some maintenance that you need to consider before you get it. But so far, it has turned out great, and it's easy to keep up with, and it's really easy to sand back down and refinish if you have to do that. The white cabinets were a must. I knew that I wanted white cabinets in my kitchen from the beginning. This house has been so dark for so long. Everything was really dark wood, so we went with the white cabinets that really brightened it up. In fact, when we finished the kitchen, our bedroom is at the end of the hallway. And so I had to get used to the light shining through the kitchen window doorways and reflecting off of the cabinets down the hallway. I always thought that the kitchen light was still on at night, when in reality, it was just the brightness and how much brighter it was in our kitchen. I really wanted to go with the Farmhouse Sink, but we couldn't fit a nice farmhouse sink in this kitchen. It would have required us to do a lot of different maneuvering with the cabinets, and so we went with a deeper sink. Now this sink was a lot smaller, about half the depth before we renovated, and so we got a much deeper sink with this faucet head, and over here it has a little plunger for your soap. This faucet head was out of the question, not even negotiable for me. I needed a water head that could be maneuverable so that I could put water in canners and pots and pans, and it needed to be efficient for me to use. And so we found this. We actually found it on Amazon at a cheaper rate as well than what you could buy at Lowe's or Home Depot, and we went with that, and it's worked out wonderfully ever since then. We used to have our refrigerator right here next to me. Now we opted for a cabinet above and a cabinet below, which also helps us with better space for storage. Now our refrigerator is actually on the wall over here, which you can't see in the camera frame, but I'm going to show you a clip. My husband made a cubby hole out of that wall and placed the refrigerator into the wall. This entire wall used to be our entire pantry, but it was so long and narrow that it would just get cluttered and wasn't really usable. So we decided to cut the pantry in half and make a cubby hole for the refrigerator, and then make the other side a pantry with a sliding barn door. My husband made the sliding barn door. We also got the barn kit offline from Lowe's, and it turned out to be a really beautiful project that we were really happy with. In the pantry, we decided to go with shiplap. I couldn't figure out if I wanted shiplap or tile as my backsplash, and we already had the product in which to do it for the shiplap, and so my husband very gracefully put in the shiplap in the pantry, which was nice because for a couple of weeks we didn't have the barn door finished, and so my pantry was open, and we just went ahead and left it open for a few weeks. It was still beautiful with the shiplap and the shelving. Now you might be thinking, why did she substitute a refrigerator cubby hole for her pantry? I did lose some pantry space, but don't forget I gained this upper and lower space in the cabinets, and so all of my canning supplies and everything that was cluttering my pantry before now goes in the bottom cabinet, and then I have more storage above for food and other items. For the flooring, we were going to go with a tile flooring, but our ultimate goal is to completely refinish our upstairs with wood flooring. So we decided to go with the soft step, high quality linoleum flooring. This is not like your grandma's linoleum. It's not breakable and thin and plasticky. This linoleum is really true to what it's called, soft step. It's soft, it's warm, it brings a warmth to the area, and we really have enjoyed it so far. It's very durable. I have dropped stuff on this floor, and I'm grateful that we went in this season of life with the linoleum. Eventually, more than likely before we sell the home, we'll go with wood flooring throughout. It'll just be an investment opportunity for us, but right now I'm digging the slate linoleum. Over here on the other side of the sink, there used to be a dishwasher. Once again, we opted for storage space instead of necessity. Dishwasher wasn't really a necessity for us anyhow. We bought it brand new when we bought this house. I never used it, not once. It was never even hooked up. So we pulled the dishwasher out and decided to put a new cabinet there, which gives us more cabinet space and an extra drawer. When we first thought of this kitchen, I had pinned inspirations on Pinterest, and I wanted the white cabinets, I wanted the butcher block eventually, and I wanted wood flooring or a slate flooring, and I definitely wanted the sink. Everything in here I wanted, but the one thing we could never compromise on was the backsplash. And not compromise, we both wanted the same thing, but we're still not certain what look we want to go with. So we decided to paint the walls like a tannish gray color. It's called Edgecomb Gray. And we like it, but we're in the process of painting it the same color as our sitting room, which is a darker gray. Not dark, but very light, but it has more gray than tan in it. But this summer, one of our projects is hopefully to do the backsplash. Our first option is a subway tile. I was gonna go with the white subway tile, which would brighten the room up even more. And I just love the look of the farmhouse kitchens with subway tile and the ease of cleaning it. I can just wipe it down and be done with it. But I also like the option of doing shiplap. It brings a warmer feel to the kitchen. It still brightens it up. It brings that farmhouse look into everything and ties it all together with the lines that we've done in the kitchen. but it's not as easy to clean. And so I'm tossed up between the two. I'm not quite sure which one I want to do. The shiplap is going to be a lot easier. All we have to do is rip plywood and paint it and put it on the wall, where the tile is a lot more expensive, but it is easier to clean and does bring a more classic and elegant modern farmhouse look to it, which is the look I was essentially going for. So you can drop a comment below and let me know which one you think would look better in our kitchen, and we might make that decision based on you guys. We kept our little farmhouse table. We got it off Craigslist from a local family that was moving, and our ultimate goal for the table is to probably take the top off and do a different farmhouse table top that would match the sliding barn door that we have in the pantry. But that's another project that's not really a priority on our list, but it is something that we'd like to do eventually. With summertime approaching, now that I've shown you the kitchen, I want to brighten it up a little bit, and so I decided to bring in some flowers from outside. And these have really brightened up. We got these perennials. These are some of the perennials you've seen me talking about in my videos, and they are just absolutely gorgeous. And so what I've done is I've just put them in a blue mason jar, and it'll set off with the blue and the slate coloring, and it just makes the kitchen look a whole lot more prettier. And so you can utilize wildflowers or flowers that you have outside, perennials, whatever you have, put it in a blue jar, and it makes it all the difference. Mark also built me a shelf over top of the doors that we have in the kitchen. Our doors back out to an upper deck. We have an upper deck and a lower deck. Since we live on such a steep hillside, we have that option because we have a walkout basement. But the upper deck has doors in the kitchen, and so above those doors, Mark placed a shelf, and on top of that, I can place all of my blue jars, my farmhouse sign that came from my sister, who's the owner of the Rustic Mod, and all of my different trinkets that are kitchen items, things that have been passed down or things that we found at antique stores. And it has just been one amazing way to showcase items in this farmhouse kitchen. The beauty behind this small kitchen is that I've been able to create something that is inspirational to me. It's efficient to work in. I have a lot more counter space than I had before, and we've been able to do this on a very small budget. We did this by utilizing Amazon and different stores by price shopping. This kitchen would not have been able to happen if we hadn't have done those things. And so I'm really excited to share that with you. If you're looking to do a renovation, definitely shop around and check it out. You can have your dream kitchen or your dream living room or whatever it is, as long as you save up for it and as long as you shop around. You'd be surprised at things that you can find online that you can get a lot cheaper than in the store. I've been in this kitchen for almost a year now, and the ease of use in this kitchen is incredible. The open space has made it awesome and beneficial for canning and preservation in the summertime and in the fall, and the open area concept also makes it look a lot bigger than it actually is. Because we don't have an actual dining room, we have our dining room table in our kitchen. The openness of everything, the white of everything, and the floor space has really opened up since moving the refrigerator, and we're really excited about all of that. It's been a great experience. We've loved it. The renovation was wonderful. We've really enjoyed this kitchen and every aspect of it in the past year, and I hope that you've enjoyed this tour as well. Check back next week for an in-depth video on how to take care of butcher block and how to manage it and if it's worth it or not. I think you might find that it's a little surprising as to the things that we found out about the butcher block countertop and how much we enjoy it. If you haven't visited me on my blog yet, check it out, thefewellhomestead.com, where we have tutorials, homestead information, and all kinds of things farmhouse related. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. And don't forget to check out our e-newsletter, where you're going to be the first to know what freebies are out, what videos we've posted, and anything that we have going on in our lives and on the blog. Hope you guys have a great day. Happy homesteading.